Thank you. Now, the survivors of the massacre must cope with the tragedy. It will no doubt be a pivotal moment in their lives, an event that will impact them into their future. Night Team's Marianne Brooks has more on those who've been through a similar situation. Marianne?
Well, Mark, there are people all around Chicago who have experienced the trauma of violence firsthand. For some, it is devastating, but for others, there's hope. Yolanda Oquendo lost a close family member in 1996. A year later, she's still too emotional to talk about it in a class discussion about violence. This girl and others in this class live with violence every day.
I fear that one day, I'll be walking down the street, me and my sister on the way to school, and just get shot.
Claire Williamson, on the other hand, feels safe every day. But when she was 7, 10 years ago, Lori Dan opened fire at the Hubbard Woods Elementary School in Winnetka, killing 1 boy and injuring 6 others. Claire was more upset to learn later how unstable Lori Dan was than from the shooting itself.
Like how any person really could become, you don't know who's unbalanced and not, and so that scared me. But
Dr. Eitan Schwartz, a psychiatrist who treated the victims in the Winnetka shooting, says it's not unusual for children not to have lasting trauma about a violent event. In fact, most like Claire don't. But he says about 20% are more like Yolanda and suffer from what's called post-traumatic stress syndrome. They may experience nightmares, flashbacks, and even obsess about the event.
The brain has changed of these people, and there's increasing evidence that what was learned in the context of that event can't be easily unlearned.
I do need to clarify, the young girl Yolanda has not been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress syndrome. Dr. Schwartz says that talking to children about traumatic events is important when they bring it up. He says not to give more details than necessary. And the good news, he says, is, again, most children can move on. Allison?